This young man has 10 Sunshine Tour titles to his name. OK, his son might get a lot more attention these days, but playing the Sun Wild Coast Sun Challenge could amount to a step back into the spotlight for Kevin Stone.
I was actually very, very nervous, funny enough. I mean, I haven't played for close to 2 years now, but I'm trying to work towards getting onto the senior tour, so I thought, okay, if I can come and compete with some of these kids here, it'll be good. But I was nervous the first 9 holes. I did a bit of the jitters on the greens, but no, it was good fun. It was good.
The course near Port Edward, an appropriate one for a comeback given his history there.
I played as an amateur in 1985, I think, and I won the amateur year. So I've been coming up for, 32 years already. So it's got great memories for me. I've won quite a few PGA Club Pro events here, and it's the kind of golf course that it just never lets you just take a breather. You're just like always under the gun, and that's good. I really enjoyed it.
He enjoys too the presence of co-sanctioned events on tour.
For the South African guys, big time. It's helped Brandon, it helped George Coetzee, it helped Darren Figard, just to name 3 off the top of my head. If it wasn't for those events, you're kind of like grinding the whole year, just trying to keep your card. Now this year you're probably going to need in the region of about, I would say, just over 300,000 euros just to keep your playing privileges. So there's a big difference between playing there and playing here. I just wish that more guys would try and just take a risk or whatever and just get out there and believe in themselves and go to the tour schools, whether it be the Asian tour school, like Sean Norris. I mean, Sean is playing great golf. He's killing it out in Asia. Soon he's going to be out in Europe, and then the next step is for the guys to try and get out to the States.
I said his son gets the attention nowadays. What does he think of Brandon's progress?
Brandon's very fortunate that he's been, when I was still playing, he was always here on the tour. He's always rolling the balls back to the guys on the putting greens and running around and basically irritating everybody, when he was a little kid. And when he decided that he really wanted to play golf, we decided that he was going to go on a scholarship to the States. He had an exceptionally good year, and then decided to turn pro because he just felt that he was good enough. And it's been good, but it's, people don't really see the downside of it as well. For the last, I would say, 2, 3, 4 months really, he's really struggled a lot with his game. He had one decent finish, and that was in the US Open. Managed to make the cut at the British Open, but the rest of them have been, they're hard, and there's such a very fine line between actually winning the golf event and then just, like missing the cut. But getting back to watching Brandon, it's been fun, in a way when he's playing well, but it's been very hard when he plays poorly and makes silly mistakes, etc., etc. I think it's just like any father. I'm just in a fortunate position where, I can identify with it. You stand on the first tee at the British Open, and the wind's blowing at 40 kilometers off the left, and there's out of bounds right and bush left, and you stand here and think, geez, I don't want to even think about hitting this golf shot. Then you did out of bounds, and then everyone goes, geez, what a hacker, But it's hard. It's really, really hard.
A proud father of an SA Open champion. As a pro himself, he has a particular perspective on his son's achievements.
That was probably the best I've ever seen him play, barring last year at Leopard Creek. So Leopard Creek, he just played unbelievable golf the whole week. But at the SA Open, he played superb golf the first 3 days. And then after like 5 holes the final day, he had a 6-shot lead. Everybody was coming and saying, oh yeah, well done, he's won this thing. And I know what golf's about. It's like in 2 holes, you can wipe that away. And sure enough, after 11 holes, he was 2 behind. He just walked past and he just looked at me, and I just stood and stared at him. We didn't say a word. And I just walked up, and then all of a sudden he just changed back into his positive frame of mind. He birdied 12, birdied 13, birdied 15, and then all of a sudden birdied 16, and right back, you're right back in the game. And to have the guts and the balls to turn your game around. It was the same as what Jordan did at the Open a few weeks ago. Jordan was killing everybody. All of a sudden he's hacking, and everybody's saying, okay, he's out of here, and then he hits one golf shot that changes the whole day for him again, and he's in it. And that's what happened. It was the same thing with Brandon.
Surely it helps that Dad's been there before and can give some valuable direction.
In the last few years when he started, I was trying to just help him, show him the ropes. Like Jamie Goff, he said, my role out there is when you get to that T-junction in the road, and you want to go left, but left's not good. And he wants to go left, and I said, listen, we're going to go right. And he said, but right, that's hard. I said, that's why we're going right, because in this game, there's nothing easy. There's no easy route out there. So I think it's just really to try and encourage him and just try and just guide him along and just say, listen, just keep doing it. It's so difficult. Once your brain starts playing tricks with you, just keep being positive. Just believe in yourself, even if you come across as arrogant. There's a very fine line between arrogance and confidence. And a lot of people would perceive him to be arrogant when he's just confident. That's how most people are. If you look at Ernie, I've never heard Ernie say anything bad about anybody, any shot he's ever hit. He's never hit a bad shot, Ernie. If you speak to him and you say to him, what happened with that 6-putt on the first start at Augusta? You say, no, it was just one of those days. He never keeps it in him. And I think it's a good trait to have, to try and stay as positive as you can.
Sound advice. And there's plenty more where that came from.
Practice, 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 practice. And believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you can stand and hit balls all day. And the minute that you have any doubt in your brain, whether it be over any shot, any putt, any result, you're dead in the water. You've got to be positive, you've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to out-practice the next guy. That's my advice.
So does he take his own advice? How positive is he?
I was injured for almost 2 years, and I never played at all. That's why I spent a lot of time with Brandon out on the tour. But I must say, it's not easy getting back. You hit a lot of good shots, but you're faced with a really difficult shot, and you'll think, okay, 10 years ago this was a walk in the park, but now all of a sudden it's not that walk in the park. It's actually very difficult. But I think if I can just keep playing and just keep fit, and try and play more competitive golf and compete. If I can compete with some of these kids out here, like I just checked it out. I didn't play very well. I'm not lying last. I never lost a golf ball, so there's a positive today.
A young 50-year-old with his sights on some glory in the senior ranks.